Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pizazz News. Today I have the enchanting and beautiful Lexi Miles, romance author from California. Hello, Lexi.
Hello, Taj.
How are you today?
Oh, it's been a crazy day, but it's a good day, so I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I know you have had a bit of a crazy day. I've had a really good day. I've just went to the bottle shop, got some alcohol, ready for this very exciting discussion that we're going to have today. I brought you on today because we're talking about characters and in particular your beautiful male characters that you've got in your romance novels. So what I thought would be a good idea was, rather than just the usual here's a review, read it, is to get you, the author, to come on and to talk about some of your saucy characters, because I think that there has to be a reason why the women read and the guys that do read your books. They love your characters. So I thought maybe you could run us through some of the hotties you've got.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
It was my idea.
Okay. Great idea.
Thank you very much.
No, I mean, yeah. The characters are all fun to write, and they're just so. I mean, the guys hot.
The guys are hot. The writing's hot. The scenes are hot. Okay. So far, I've read Custom Fit, Run, and the third one that I read was The Order of Moonlight. So my favorite characters so far, because they're all different characters, they're not the same, different scenarios, different characters, is Galaxy, the character Galaxy. But before we get to him,
he's one of my favorites too.
Before you talk about him, maybe you could talk about like some of the just give us like a name of one of your characters and a bit about who he is and the name of the book.
Okay.
So that, because I want to know which one I'm going to read next.
Okay, so you want one that's out? Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay,
Okay.
One of the ones that are out right now, Gift Whisperer is a really good one. It is a short read. That one is super short, but it is a really cute read. It's a really cute book. It's really
cool.
Cutesy. That one, Gift Whisperer.
Gift Whisperer. Okay.
So he has like a gift, yeah. So basically, she helps him find like the perfect gift for Valentine's Day for the girl that he's with or involved with or whatever. And so anyways, they end up kind of falling in love themselves, and so it's really cute. It's a cute book. But what I really love about him is his name is Casey, and he's actually the gym crush. You know, that guy who actually just looks good in the gym, and then when you talk to him, he's not like a Gaston kind of person. He's more of just a sweetheart. So basically it's like he's just a sweetheart. I mean, he's really kind, and he just like really likes to connect with people. He's one of those people who really look at you, when you're talking, and he's just like, oh, okay. And he really cares. He really wants to get that, to have that connection with people. And so of course, when she gets to know him even more, it's just, because he's just a doll. He's just one of those guys.
Is he a PT? Is he a personal trainer? Does he work in the gym?
No, he actually is just a gym. He basically was just her gym crush. He comes up to her and talks to her out of nowhere.
Okay, so
because she just he's just the one she likes to go see when she's there.
Because I've come across guys in the gym who work in the gym, like, and they're trying to get you as clients, and they do that with everybody, they'll flirt with everyone, male, female, 18-year-olds, 80-year-olds, and it's like, it's like if I know who I would go to as a trainer, and it wouldn't be you,
Right.
Come on, it's like,
yeah.
So this guy is someone that the female character, it's part of her daily or weekly. Look at your face, she bumps into him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Casey. All right.
Yeah.
Tell me about another one. because I'm not
Okay.
I'm not sporty these days.
No worries. Okay, let's see.
You know what's really funny,
okay.
Lexi? They actually stopped.
Hmm.
They actually stopped my gym membership for me because of the COVID thing.
Oh.
And,
Uh-huh.
and they did it
They
for
paused mine
everybody.
too.
And it's like, oh, we'll stop it, and then when we can do it again, you know, it'll go back deducted.
Right.
Okay.
That's what they did for me too with my gym. They paused it. They're like, okay, we're gonna pause it for you, and then whatever. And I'm just like, okay.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I work out from home most times, but yeah,
brilliant.
I had that.
Not that. I mean, I've spent so many times, probably like a year not going and still paying, but you know, it's good to know that I'm saving some money. Thanks.
I totally almost like spit that out.
Just before we go into the next character, show everybody your cup. It's a groovy cup.
Okay.
So I have to see this cup.
Okay, here. There it is. It's just my my author cup.
Novels by Lexi.
There it is.
I love it.
And that's from one of the covers behind the scenes. So.
Wow.
That's coming. Mm-hmm.
I love it. You're such a romance novelist. You're just so into it. I love it. I might have to get you to send me one of those cups. I'll have to get a cup.
Yeah.
You have to send me one. Okay. All right. Give me another character who isn't as a gym goer.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, I know that you like law, so Gavin is one of the guys. He's in.
Do I? All right, we'll go along with that. I love it.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
We'll just go along with it.
I love this. I'll go along with it.
Anyways, he's like he's not the lawyer, she actually is, but basically he's a business guy and she gets involved with helping him. That one's from Too Much Trouble, and that one's going to be coming soon, but his name's Gavin, and he's...
So is he a lawyer or she is?
She's the lawyer, he's a businessman. And so he acquires her. She's going to be working for him on his as his general counsel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a client. And so she works with him. Not something that she wants to do, but he's one of those guys. Unfortunately, he's one of those guys who are like, he's a really sweetheart. He's like a sweetheart, but he's like, he has it's one of those push and pull ones where they're kind of fighting at first. So it's one of those books. So yeah, I usually steer away from that, but for them, they always fight, and that's kind of like their hot chemistry. Oh yes,
if my brother read romance novels, that would be based on him. He likes he likes a bit of drama. So he's a bit of a drama queen. That one then.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's another character? I'd probably read that one.
Well, oh gosh. Okay, so that one's going to be coming out. One that's out right now. Let's see. I know that we haven't talked about it, but I know that you did read it. Custom Fit. That one is, his name's Stryker, and he's actually a celebrity. So he's an actor / singer, and he's like really tired of like some of the stuff that goes on, like like all the shallow people and all of that, and he has he really ends up getting connected with her. And what I love about how how sexy he is he's open. He has an openness, even though he's had a lot of bad encounters. He has an openness to want to connect with someone else, and not to be, there's like a part in there I kind of talk about like a lot of people like to take like a roller coaster ride, but they don't really like to connect with the person. They act like it's just an experience for them versus that's a real person. And so he's really about connecting with people. And so that's just, that's just sexy,
It's very sexy. I totally agree with you. Stryker is a really good character, I have to admit. What about, I'm just scrolling through here. Okay, so the next book that I read was Run, and that character, he was when I first heard the title And especially it was kind of like it was a Wedding Bliss series. It was called Wedding Bliss series Run, and I'm thinking Run sounds like a horror movie. Sounds like I wrote to you and I said, I don't know if I'd like that one. It sounds like, you know, domestic violence. Run, get away. It's but actually,
yeah.
I laughed in that so much because so this character, he so he's got some kind of military, he's ex-military training, and he's escaping some weird scenario, and him and his, you know, new wife going off somewhere on a honeymoon, whatever, and
right.
And then they get jumped by these guys, whatever, who are after him for some reason. I keep forgetting what the reason is because I'm just concentrating on the description of, you know, his shoulder, his arms, his height.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is wonderful, and then the hot scenes. And it's like, I forget all the other details around it. It's like, oh yeah. And then next thing you know, they're being kidnapped, and even in the throes of being kidnapped and dying, they're having it off on the floor. It's like, right.
Yep. It's a romance.
It's a romance novel. What do you expect?
There it is. You gotta have the romance.
Most people in a situation like that, I imagine, wouldn't be feeling very romantic. Especially with armed guys out there with guns and shit. But these people are getting it right. Of course. They've just been kidnapped. She doesn't know because he's undercover that he's got this. Like, fair enough, let's just go with it.
Right.
And it all ends very well for them anyway. So. Really two excellent scenes there. And then, Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Would I like that one?
Oh, I did you say what was attractive about Blake or?
No, I'm on to the next book now. Cabin
Oh,
Fever.
okay, I'm sorry. It froze for a second. Sorry.
All right. What's the character in that? What's he like? Cabin Fever.
Oh, in Cabin Fever?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Ty. Basically, Ty, they come across each other because it's like one of the trapped kind of novels. Like, you know, like basically you're somewhere and you both have to kind of shelter in place together. But this is just because they're kind of snowed in. And so when he comes in, he's just kind of, what is so cool about him is he's very protective because there's certain things that are going on, and he's very playful. Because I know there's a moment in there where he kind of teases her that, you know, there's like bears out there and stuff like that, and it's just fun. And so he has her kind of going, what? And she's like freaking out because she's not like a cabin girl or anything like that, but she just went up there because she had to pick something up for her friend or something, and he happens to be there and he needs somewhere to be, and so they just stay there and they kind of get to know each other. And so he's just playful. He's like one of my playful characters, and you know those guys who like to tease you but yet at the same time kind of like to stretch you and have fun. That's what he's
I like the sound of him. To be honest, I like the sound of him a lot more than the gym guy, because I just you know, it's
no, but that one is a doll. The guy is a gym guy.
I can't think of a gym guy romantic. I do not think about the gym as a romantic place. To me, it's just not. To me, it's just I have to go there.
No, you just hit it and go, right? You're just.
It's not. I'm not interested at all. I'm just like going there to do whatever I have to do to get out. That's it. And
right.
Well, yeah.
Ponytail like to the side. Let's just go.
Just do what I have to do. Where's the exit? The next one. Okay, so that was a gift whisperer. We talked about him. Oh, what is Be Mine? What's that book about?
Okay, that one basically her mother makes her go to a okay, so like a guy that she was interested in is actually ending up getting married. He's like her best friend or whatever. However, her mom wants to make sure she goes because of appearances and stuff like that, because there's like a family business and they've known each other forever. However, the guy who takes her, who's hired, it's her driver who she kind of has this romantic chemistry with. And so it's kind of like a travel romance. So when they're Yeah. So he's supposed to, if he needs to throw her over his shoulder, whatever it is, get her to this wedding. And so it's just,
So
he's
that
very,
they end up
yeah.
getting it on, basically.
Yes, they do.
Got
And
it.
she has to make a decision. It's like a triangle. So,
Oh, gosh.
yeah. So she has to decide who she wants and whatever. However, in that short amount of time with him, there's a lot of growth that goes on, and he doesn't baby her. He's just like real talk guy. He's like that guy who just whatever he's thinking, he tells you. You like it, you don't like it, whatever. It just still stretches you. And so she's wild about that. She's never had that kind of person, because most people just kind of, they're all pretense around like the world she's in, because he's very affluent, but he's not that way. And she finds out later he's just driving because he's, a self-made man. Yeah. So he has that kind of, he's wealthy too, but he's sick of the pretense. Yeah. It's really nice.
It sounds a bit like Dynasty earlier with the driver and one of the characters. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The next one is Convince Me. Was that the lawyer one or no?
Yes.
That's the lawyer one. Okay.
Yeah. He's a lawyer one, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer. She's his live-in chef for that.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
That's that one.
That's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one because it's okay. That could be really interesting. So I'm not into lawyers. I'm not into lawyers, so I probably won't read that one.
We know.
Next one is Wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
What's that one about? Wildfire.
That one is about, let's see, Wildfire, that's a firehouse romance. So basically he's a firefighter, and she's had like a crush on him, and she's their IT girl, and they happen to, she's a little shyer when it comes to him. She's like comfortable with everybody else, but he just thinks that she keeps giving him like the cold shoulder because, she doesn't exactly know how to approach him, because she likes him. Anyways, the way that the story works out is they get thrown into a situation and they have like a crazy night, and then from there they kind of, it breaks like the ice. And so that's what that one's about. But he's just that rugged, hot firefighter who,
that's exactly how I imagine a hot firefighter romance book to be. Well, I'd read that one. That sounds good.
He brings the fire.
He brings the fire and puts it out. Okay. The next one is Private Lessons.
Mm-hmm. That is the super hot trainer. Like, he is somebody who is like, he teaches her how to basically, fight off anybody she needs to fight off, because that one is about domestic violence and how she's kind of recovering from that. And he pulls out many elements in her. He's kind of therapy, but at the same time, he's also teaches her how to actually physically protect herself. So he's just
self-defense
hot.
Teacher.
Mm-hmm. And he's like one of those guys who like to spoil you too. And so he likes to do different things, and her friend kind of matchmake in there. So she kind of tricks her into taking the lessons because she's like, he's hot, girl, you need to be going out. You know what I mean? So it's just really cute because he's exactly the guy she needs. And it's just, but of course, it's a process, but he's very, he's about making sure that people kind of rebuild. And then he realizes, too, that he's kind of like, oh my God, I'm falling for her. It's like, wait, should I keep my boundaries? Like, how is that? Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So. Okay. And then we've got, Galaxy's Eyes looks, just the order of it. I think Galaxy's Eyes, that must be after the order of Midnight.
Yeah, it's the second one. Yeah, that's the one that's going to be coming out very, very soon.
Okay, so the order of Moonlight, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
I love the character in that, Galaxy. He's my favorite character so far. So, do you want to?
Yes, the hot vampire.
The hot vampire.
The super hot vampire. Yes.
Super hot vampire. Do you want to talk about him?
Yes.
What his character is like?
He's just yeah. You know, what is not sexy about a vampire, right?
Well, yeah, hot, sexy vampires, yeah.
Quick, there's just, I was just gonna say he's a really fun character to really write, because there's so much, you know, like he has that heat and he has that draw, you know, and you just like him, and he's all about the romance because he's a gentleman from, like, you know, like a past kind of time, so he likes to actually romance somebody.
Yes, and it's not she's not the victim in this. So that's what I like about this. I don't want to give it away, but she is not a victim in this. So it's not that
right
sort of thing. They're more on equal footing. You could say that they're both.
Mm-hmm. She's very strong.
Yeah, they're both very
mm-hmm.
strong. So he's also got like a lot of. He's got a lot of beautiful. He's very intuitive. He gets it.
Mm-hmm.
He can. Well, he of course he can read a mind. He's a vampire, but you know, and I think that's what I like about him.
And he's very protective.
In real life, like, guys don't read women's minds. Like, I mean, sometimes they get it right, but a lot of the times they don't know. They don't know what we're thinking.
Yeah,
I'm irritating and frustrating, and just have to let it go because they don't know. But he knows. Galaxy knows because he can read your mind, and I think that's what's appealing about this, is that he knows what she's thinking, mm-hmm. and they're on the same page, and you know, it's a very nice connection. And so mm-hmm. I have to wait for I have to wait for you to finish the sequel to it, mm-hmm. and that's the one called Galaxy's Eyes.
Yeah, because it basically kind of overlaps a little bit with the prior book, and then it kind of goes into more of the next kind of story, kind of transitions between. It's a little bit before, a little bit during Moonlight, and then it transitions into New Order, which is talking about, you know, like new vampires and what that experience is like.
So that's going to be the third one to this series. So you're actually writing two more, part of that. So there's going to be a continuation with that character. So am I right in guessing that the reason that this character has got a continuation is it's because you really like Galaxy? You must like him enough and envision more of a story with him than all the other ones. Am I right?
Honey, it froze for a second. Can you repeat it? Say again. Okay.
Galaxy must be your favorite. Can you hear me or not? Galaxy.
No, I can hear you now.
Okay, there must be something in Galaxy that really appeals to you, because he's a character that you've taken further to develop more books. So you've got two more coming out with that character. You haven't done that with the other ones. So to me, that would suggest that he's got to be.
Yeah, there's a couple that I do kind of extend it, but yeah.
There's more to write with him. I think
he just is just an interesting character. Like, I felt like there was more to write. I felt like there was more that you wanted to know about him. Yeah.
That makes sense to me because
and along with how I wanted to write more about him, I also wanted to explore more about Claire, because basically Claire is like the embodiment of empowered women, and kind of talking about that and how that relates to another strong man, and how you can he's like so comfortable with himself that she can be even more comfortable with herself. It's like, it's a strong, like, basically power couple. And that's what's so fun about writing it. Although it's vampires and everything else, it keeps it still rooted in like the real world, because there's a lot of stuff that they are going to go through and talk about. It was just so fun to write, because at first I was just writing it because it was just fun, because I love vampires. But then when I got into his character and everything, I just, you fall in love with different characters.
Different.
I just love him.
His was different to the other ones, and I could tell straight away that because I was more, and it's not just because of the vampire, it felt more kind of like you were more rooted in his character. I felt that you really liked his character more. And yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's how that's Private Lessons too, because I write a couple books about them, but I really, because they're like the foundation of that whole series. But I love Jimmy because he's in many ways he's similar. You would feel like he's similar to Galaxy because there's a lot that goes into him and everything. And then Roger is kind of like that as well, because I'm gonna write more. But again, they're the basis for the series. Roger's the one who's in Convince Me. He's a lawyer, you know, but he's not. He's really invested into her because there's a lot. Is like the way they meet is he comes across her, and one of those it's really unique because people used to do cook parties in their homes, but he literally tracked her down because he had tasted one of her dishes, and he's just very he likes to really connect with people, and those three characters are very similar: Galaxy, Roger, and Jimmy. It's like, you know.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Now the last one, the Royal Visitor. Now you've told me that he's quite a character. Would you like to tell us about
yes,
Gentleman in a Tuxedo?
Connor? Yes. Okay. So let me tell you about Connor. So Connor's a prince and everything else. They have some back history because she at one point grew up part of her life in Europe, and then the other part of her life in like the States. So when she was in Europe, the prince, she actually grew up at the castle and the palace or whatever, you know, anytime they're doing anything, the royal in a royal setting, whatever. And because her family was more of a advisory capacity to the royal family. And when they were growing up, she thought he was just a jerk. She could not stand the prince. And he is used to very much getting his way, which reminds me of a similar thing that we recently watched.
Yeah.
You know how we were talking about that? Yeah.
Yes.
So he's very much into getting his way.
So are you saying that he's like that guy in 365 DNI, 365 days? Is he like that?
Yes. Very much so.
Wow. So
because he's like he likes his way. And he finds her to be a challenge. So yeah.
In that so you like that film? You like it?
Yes. I do. I like the film as far as fantasy purposes. No, I can't get down with any of the other, you know, like the premise is he kidnaps her, and then from there I think that's great. But I mean,
let's be real. A guy like that, I don't think he'd have to kidnap anyone. If anything, he'd need security himself. You know? He'd be like, look, can you stop the women from trying to enter into my mansion and raping me, please?
Right? Right?
It's ridiculous, you know? That's what I thought was hilarious about. It's like, this guy doesn't have to kidnap anyone. Look at him. I mean, apart from the book, also, he's not an asshole. You know, he's...
No.
Mm-hmm. All right, he does have some asshole characteristics, but it's not with... You don't see it with, you know, the women that he's... You know, it's just a...
No.
Yeah. But it's like...
Yeah. And he owns his sexuality. That is hot.
Exactly.
He owns his sexuality, and then she owns hers, and it's
because he's European, isn't it? The Europeans are a bit more he's Italian.
I got a few guys who own it, you know.
That's how they are, those boys, the Italians. Oh, they learn it from when they're little. You know, it's just passed on how to be like that. Yeah, look, I throughout I was just all that. I mean, part of me was like, this is so ridiculous. You know, he's like 365 days to give me a chance to fall in love with me. Like, are you fucking serious? It's just.
You're all, dude, one day, let's go.
Really? Are you serious? I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. I just thought this was just hilarious.
I know. It's like he would need to kidnap anybody.
It's like it was actually kind of interesting because she's resisting him because she knows it's a wrong situation. She's been kidnapped by this hot guy. It's like, you know, and definitely men. No one watching this should kidnap anybody. You know, it's
no. I mean, it's for fantasy, it's hot, but if it's a different way, no way. I'm like, I don't care how cute he is. I'd be like, okay, dude, you're weird. That's it. You know, I'm good. However,
exactly. And I think, like, I didn't like 50 Shades of Grey, the film. I really didn't like it. To me, it was, I didn't like the characters.
Well, see, I loved 50 Shades because, of course, it's like 50 Shades is almost like a step before this kind of movie because
a step before. Right.
I like what it did.
Before. This is something,
right.
This is something extreme.
But what I liked about it is because I did read the books and then I watched the film, and so there were some things that they just couldn't translate onto the film.
Yeah.
And they tried, and some things they did brilliantly onto the film, you know, in the later movies, you know. But but for me, I'm a student of different, like I like to, you know, absorb and take on different things. So I understand some things might be a little bumpy and like, this doesn't work, whatever, but I enjoy all of it because I get something from every experience, you know? So I loved it. I loved 50 Shades, but 365, yeah, that's definitely more it, you know?
365 was like, as soon as I saw it, I thought, I've got to tell Lexi about this. I've got to ask her if she's seen it. She didn't watch it. This would be like,
I know, because a couple of my readers and a couple of my friends and obviously you, my sister had seen something and she's like, you know, we really need to watch this. So I was like, okay, it's on.
You really do need to
and I knocked it out.
Like,
well, we're quarantine, why not, right?
well, especially since you could have written that scene. You could have written those sexy scenes that they had. That's how you write. And so I saw it and it was like, wow, this is like Lexi's writing coming to life, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
That's why I mentioned it, because I thought, I wonder if she's seen it. It's like, girl, you've got to see this. This is you. This is the...
Right? I was watching, I was like, there we go. That is it. That's exactly how I write that.
That is exactly it. No, I thought, look, it's not something that I would, I'm probably someone that would watch Magic Mike. Oh, I have seen Magic Mike more than once, obviously, because it's more fun, you know, and
right.
It's fun watching guys dance. I mean, this guy's not very entertaining in 365. He's serious, you know. He's a bit
right.
He's very intense.
He's very serious. I have not seen. I know it's really funny, but I did not watch Magic Mike. I don't know what was going on at that time, but I just did not watch it. I know I had a few people were like, "Oh, it's so good," whatever. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. So I'm sure that's just an awesome thing. I mean, because you notice it there and see the different things, but the 365 he is serious. He is a very serious guy.
I think basically most women, after seeing it once, seeing it the second time, they just fast forward to the stripping, you know. It's like, yeah, boring. Let's go into the, you know, let's just get to the good bits and just yeah. Who wants to listen to guys talking about shit, you know?
So funny.
Get on that stage and do your big guy. Lexi,
go ahead. I'll pay you to talk. Let's go.
That's it. It's like the more you talk, the less I can pay you.
Girl, what? It's all sounding like penis. Wah, 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 wah.
What is this? This is not Magic Mike. Well, I think if that guy, if that actor in 365 was in Magic Mike, he'd give all of those guys a run for their money. You know, I think they'd be like, we can't have.
Oh yeah, no, they'd be
This guy's just too.
No, and I just found out he's a singer too. So yeah, he probably could sing him under the table too. I don't know if it, you know, who can sing in there or not, because I think Matt Bomber can sing. So I know he's in Magic Mike, but yeah. But he's a singer. I was like,
I didn't know
the guy from 365. I didn't either. Like, it's just, you know, some information came up after because, like, but anyway, so yeah,
he's a very good actor. It's
yes.
We're not really used to seeing. We're not used to seeing in like, especially I think maybe in European films, non-English speaking films.
Right.
Yes, the guys can be a bit more guyish, masculine. They can have those qualities. But I think in
Yeah.
When they Americanize it, they're
Mhm.
just they lose all that. It's just all lost, and they're very, I don't know, one bit, like, I don't know, they're just not very.
Yeah.
If they're masculine, it's only when they're in the action films. You know, I don't like. I mean, some of those guys in the action films, they're not attractive at all. Like, I don't find that attractive. You know, it's that hot guy. You know, he's pretty sexy.
Mhm.
You know, he dresses nicely,
Yeah.
and I mean, but I do.
Oh goodness. Oh, he looks like he's just walking around. I was just like, okay, I can see my guy in that. I can see my guy in this. I can see my guy in that. I mean, he's just nice to watch. I mean, when he's doing all this stuff, I was like, oh, I mean, it's just I like how they also had like a balance where he was a little rough around the edges, but not in a way you're like, oh, this guy's a jerk. He's offensive. I don't want anything to do with him. It was like, he's very, I don't know. He played it really like on the fence where yeah.
I wouldn't get
And so that's like,
I would not get involved with him in real life because, you know, it's just, no, I'm, you know, past all that. I've passed all that. It's no,
yes.
Sorry.
No. No.
No. I'll go with the Lexi. I'll go with one of the Lexi's safer options. I'll go with the cabin boy, you know. He seems like a nice choice.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. I like one of those people that I do I like how in what is it movie with Renee Zellweger, The Diaries. I can't think of what the title is right now, but
Bridget Jones' Diaries.
Yeah, Bridget Jones. Yeah, I love that movie. I love how I love that little line about how good guys can kiss or whatever, and whatever, as long as they're able to handle the business like 365 and they're a good guy. Let's go.
Well, yeah. That is the appeal. The appeal with British men is, you know, they're a bit more. They've got manners generally, like, you know, British guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, the Brits are a bit quite polite. You know, I think that I'm not generalizing here, but yeah, a bit more kind of not as upfront as the Americans are. The British. So maybe that's that appeal, but they're like that. What's his name? Colin Firth. Yeah, he's always got those gentlemanly roles, you know. Those stereotypes. I don't find him attractive. I don't, because he just reminds me of too many guys at uni or lawyer types. I know that he's not.
He reminds me of somebody else too. That's more of a platonic kind of friend or whatever. But that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit like Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant. He's another one he's an older actor that isn't around anymore. But he's also kind of another actor that that's meant to be just that nice guy sort of thing, but isn't really appealing. Bit boring.
Well, for me, Hugh Grant is a little appealing because there's certain things about him that I'm all, ooh, because he's like kind of playful. And I like playful people too. However, I get what you're saying about, you know, kind of like the vein. However, also, you know, like, I know we kind of put it into like a British frame of mind too, saying, oh, British guy, whatever, and kind of gentlemanly, kind of broadening that boy next door. I love that kind of vibe when a guy gives you that kind of vibe too, who's just sweet. You know, like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Smallville, but I loved that whole Clark Kent thing he had going on, you know?
Oh, no, but, Clark Kent is who doesn't love Superman? You know, he's got good
Mm-hmm.
He's a protector, he's a provider, he'll look after you, you know? That to me is a lot more appealing. Because there's also like a lot of safety in that. It's, you know, you don't have to worry about that guy just fucking losing his shit and taking too much coke one night. Whereas 365, he's erratic. It's like,
oh, we went there.
Where is he? You know?
Right.
You know, she's with him. He's doing all this. He's the hardcore love me. And the minute she falls in love, he's like, telling her to go to Poland or something, and then next thing he shows up. It's like, I can't, all that drama.
No,
I love to
I mean, for movie purposes, yeah, great, whatever. But for actual real somebody you're connecting with, no, they've got to be there and they got to be pretty stable. Because I'm done with the drama stuff. The drama is not hot. That doesn't make it hotter or anything like that. I like to have a mature adult man who's got his stuff together. Because that's not hot. And also this, compete for some guy. That's not hot either. I mean, if you have somebody, great, good, they can be over there and have that. I mean, that's young me did that. I'm over that.
Yes. Young us, Lexi, probably did 365.
Like, completely.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you anymore. It's like now it's like, no, I don't want to be swinging off any chandeliers, thank you very much. It's, you know, it's cups of tea and a glass of wine at evening sort of thing. And that's about as exciting as life.
Yeah, but I'm not about boring.
The
boring, right. No. You can keep it exciting. Inside the bedroom, it can be exciting. That's okay. But just not all the other drama and that whole, oh, I'm reserved or I have this part of my life that you're not in. That's not it. Like, you got to be, you know, you got to be like folded into each other's lives and good, you know.
Yeah. No, well, okay, so the next book that I'm reading while I'm waiting for Galaxy's Eyes is the cabin one.
The Cabin Fever? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
a lot of people who liked Moonlight actually loved Be Mine. They loved that one. Like, there's some people who just really like that one. So that was a good one too to kind of check out after Cabin Fever.
I will.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
I think I want to go.
Because people like it.
I want to do that one, and then I'll do Too Much Trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw that now. What's that one about?
That one is the lawyer one. That was the one where she's with the businessman and she's his lawyer.
Oh, that's that one. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Right. I said his name versus just, you know, Gavin. I said his name versus the book. I'm sorry.
That's right. Because I'm thinking, did we talk about this book? Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, we talked about that one. That was the one where the brother messes up and then she has to be his counsel. Like, she has to step in so that he doesn't. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Okay. Well, I've got all my books set for me. Well, Lexi, I think this has been a great talk, and I think that this is a great way for people to know what what better way to know what book to get than going through all the kind of guys that you're going to come across. So you get to, you know, have a go with this one in the cabin, have a go with this one if you want that, if you want bed dude, if you want eye crunch in the gym. There's a
I always like to say
there's a fantasy guide for everyone in your books.
I love it.
I love it.
Yes, I try to do that. I try to make sure you have the boys next door, a lawyer, somebody who's serious, someone who might like challenge you. That's what I want to.
I want to read about the fireman too. That one. Don't remember that one.
That one's coming soon.
That's not out yet.
No, that one's coming soon. That's the next one that's coming out. Wildfire.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'd be interested in that. So maybe another character you could write about is like a jewelry man, a guy who has a jewelry store with lots of beautiful bling and gold, and that just gives it to you. It's like you know what?
That is one I have not written. I haven't conquered that.
Yeah, do something with a guy like, you know what? You go into the store to buy some jewelry, and it's like, and that's how you meet him. And the next thing you know, you get your whole supplies from this one dude.
Yeah. Actually, it was so funny. Like, a long time ago, I had it was a wife and a husband, but like their little boy came in. I was working in like customer service at the time, and I took a moment because I took some time with their son and said, oh, I said something like, because the little boy was having like a bad day and I could see it. Anyway, so funny. He actually the two of them owned a jewelry store, and they ended up always giving me like nice things. And that was like when I was way back in high school, but it was just so sweet. But when he said it, it made me think of that, because they always gave me like bracelets, necklaces, earrings. It didn't matter. They always were like, oh, and just tell people where you got it. And they just gave it to me. They're so sweet. But it just made me think of that. So,
well, you should find those people, track them down, and say that you're going to write a book about them.
I know, right?
You should.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, because
I'm going to say cheers to you, Lexi, because cheers.
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 Cheers, hun.
Let's have a look at that beautiful slogan again.
There it is.
Quench your desire novels by Lexi Miles. I love it. Oh, I can see her boobs now. I just saw it. Now.
There we go.
Not yours, hers. On the cup. I didn't realize.
Oh, hers. Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought she was wearing a split.
No, because it's a cover. That's actually one of my covers. That one is behind the scenes. It's coming a while from now, but that one is a really cool one because she like reads a romance novel with her guy, so it's really cute. And they act out the different things that they see.
Wow, I like that. Very, very creative. Well, I shall see you again. I'll say cheers to you.
Cheers to you, sweetie. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.